Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Keyshawn Corbin. Corbin was shot and killed on Sunday, October 16, 2011, in the 6700 block of 11th Avenue in Hyde Park, according to LA County coroner records. Raymond John Russell was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. At about 1:15 a.m. on October 16, 2011, victims Peary, Rambo, and Keyshawn Corbin were standing outside an apartment building in the Crib neighborhood. A vehicle stopped in the middle of the street in front of the building. 3 men got out of the vehicle. They had hoodies over their heads. One of the men said, "What's up, blood? Where y'all from?" Peary replied, "I don't bang," which meant that he was not a gang member. The 3 men pointed guns at the victims and started shooting. One of the men said, "Fuck naps." Naps is a derogatory term for members of neighborhood Crip gangs. The victim was a member of that gang. The victim died from multiple gunshot wounds. Rambo was shot twice in the right leg and survived. Peary miraculously was not shot. He testified at trial but did not identify defendant. After the shooting, the 3 men entered their vehicle and drove away. In the street at the crime scene, police found a cell phone that belonged to defendant. Peary described the vehicle used in the shootings. He said it was a dark green Chevy Tahoe with 24-inch rims. Before the shooting, defendant received traffic citations showing that he had been driving a 2002 Chevy Tahoe. The owner of the vehicle was believed to be defendant's mother. The police obtained a photograph of the vehicle. It shows a Chevy Tahoe, dark green, with some large rims on the vehicle. The rims were either 22 or 24 inches in diameter. After defendant was arrested, the police placed an informant in his jail cell. A recorded conversation between defendant and the informant was played for the jury. The informant was a former member of the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, but he told defendant that he was a Hoover gang member. Defendant declared that he was a member of the 5'9" Hoover criminals and that his moniker was Tiny H Mac. Defendant said that police were investigating him for a murder. Using street vernacular, defendant made statements that the informant interpreted as meaning that he and his homeboy went and put work in for the gang by shooting at people. Defendant said that he had his own firearm and his homeboy had a firearm as well. The informant asked, "That thing ain't floating on the streets, is it? Can't nobody else get caught with it?" By thing, the informant was talking about the murder weapon. Defendant replied, "It's gone, it's put up." The informant asked if the weapon was similar to a 9mm. Defendant replied that it was. The informant concluded that defendant had broken the gun down by dismantling the barrel. At the crime scene, the police recovered 1 cartridge casing from a 9mm firearm. Detective Nicholas Hartman, a gang expert, testified that at the time of the shooting, defendant was an active member of the 5'9" Hoover criminals. The Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips are mortal enemies with the Hoovers. The prosecutor posed a hypothetical question to Hartman incorporating the facts of the shooting. She asked whether, based on these facts, the shootings were committed for the benefit of a criminal street gang. Detective Hartman replied that they were. Following the trial, defendant Raymond John Russell was convicted of 1 count of first-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. As to all counts, the jury found true the gun and gang allegations. The court sentenced defendant to prison for a term of 125 years to life. Keyshawn Corbin was 17 years old at the time of death.